Brothers and sisters, the scriptures calls us to walk with discernment, humility, and obedience, especially when it comes to how we honor time and the days we esteem before Alahim. In Romans 14:5-6, Shaul teaches, one indeed judges one day above another. Another judges every day alike. Let every one be fully persuaded in his own mind. This passage has often been taken out of context and used to justify practices Alahim never approved. But when read carefully, it becomes clear that Shaul is addressing matters of personal conscience, not the commandments of Alahim. The context of Romans 14 centers on voluntary practices, such as fasting days, personal devotion, and dietary abstinence. Issues believers were navigating as they came into the faith from different backgrounds. Some felt led to treat certain days with special devotion, while others viewed every day the same in those personal matters. Shaul's instruction was not to abolish Alahim's appointed times, but to teach believers not to judge one another in areas where Alahim had not issued a command. The weekly Shabbat and the Moedim were never up for debate, as they were already established by Alahim and consistently honored by the prophets and the apostles. However, this passage must never be confused with permission to observe pagan holidays. Pagan days are not a matter of conscience. They are a matter of obedience. From the beginning, Alahim warned his people not to adopt the customs, worship practices, or appointed days of the nations. Alahim says plainly, learn not the way of the heathen. And again, you shall not inquire how these nations serve their mighty ones. Scripture shows us that intention does not sanctify what Alahim has rejected. The golden calf was proclaimed a feast to Yahuwah, yet it brought judgment, not approval. Nadab and Abihu offered strange fire with their own approach, and it was not accepted. Origin matters. Alahim does not redeem pagan worship. He calls his people out of it. Shaul himself warned believers against returning to former pagan observances, saying he feared for those who went back to observing days and seasons tied to false worship. This makes it clear that Romans 14 cannot be used to justify mixing truth with pagan tradition. Alahim has already given his people set-apart times, the Shabbat and his appointed Moedim. These days reveal his order, his plan, and his redemptive purpose. When believers add pagan holidays, they are not adding devotion. They are introducing mixture, which Scripture consistently warns against. This is not a message of condemnation, but of alignment. Alahim is calling his people to walk in obedience without pride, to show patience with those still growing, and to honor him in the way he has instructed, not according to tradition or culture, but according to truth. True unity comes when we esteem what Alahim esteems and reject what he has commanded.